Alright guys, how's it going? What I'm going to show you now is my attempt at installing these crash bars. Okay, now I've never done anything like this before. I'm not the most technically minded person in the world. I really want to give you guys a guide to people out there like me who haven't done this stuff before, how hard it is, because it can seem quite scary. And I think well, certainly my first reaction was, oh, how am I going to get this installed? I'll ring up my mechanic and get him to do it for me, and then end up paying him a few £100. So what I'm going to do is instead I'm going to see how hard it is to actually install these sorts of things. Right, so the first thing I've done is I've taken out the crash bars, trying to figure out how they're actually going to go on. What I did was took this out and lined this up here, and that's how it's going to go on. So you just got the crash bar and this, so you clearly have to remove these two here. Right, mistake number one. Not a major mistake, but annoying. When I was taking off the grommets, this one here was not as forgiving as the first one I took out, and just snapped. Hopefully there's replacements in the bag, which there might be, so maybe not a big deal. Very same size 8 Allen key, and these should just go on pretty easy. Now they're not fully tightened yet, and I will tighten them. The only thing is, I'm thinking now is I saw another video where a guy was saying that his Givi bars were vibrating, and what I'm thinking now is before I install these, I could get a bit of rubber and put it on the inside there, and that might actually stop the vibrating. So I have to take these off now, and then I'm going to do the same. Put the other one of these on the other side rather, and this should fit into place. So as you can see, you got these here, which should go on something like that once it's done. And I've got this here, which is for this part, and that'll run across there. So I'll keep working at this. They're well on there. The instructions on this are not exactly amazing, and they actually leave out a part here which I'm after getting stuck on, and that's this part here is not exactly in line with this here, and because of that this screw is proving very difficult to get in. So what I might have to do is unscrew these here a little bit to give it more slackness. See what that does. Ah, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Great. Okay. Do you know what? I think if I put this part onto this part first and then install these, it'd be much easier. I got this side done. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, it is taking me a while to do this. I'll take these off again and then redo this, because I kept going for this. I kept coming in here, tightening, and this side just wasn't tightening. I don't know. I had a feeling, and I would worry that the screw or the screw was was destroying the tread, and so I decided, you know what, I might destroy the crash bars here completely if I just keep going. So what I did was I tightened this part on properly, and just like what I've done on this now is I've tightened this very tight now. In fact, I'm going to tighten it like I did with that one 99% of the way, because this screw here on that was very hard. Now on this one it's much easier to do. There's just no comparison. I think I just got a little bit unlucky with that screw because it was just ridiculously hard to put on. This one, look at that, it works so much easier. So I think it was just a bit of a dodgy screw and a fitting. It was just much tighter than this one here. At least the advantage of that is it won't fall out. Won't fall out as easily from vibrations of the bike and all that. And also I was just reading this here, and it says that, attention, you should first mount one side of the engine guard, then the other, otherwise the engine will be unsupported. So I was right in saying that you really have to do one side before you can do the other, because that entire engine is supported by this beam. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give this here final last tighten. Right guys, this side is on now, and I've left it loose just so I can work on this now, which I'll show you. Right, I got those grommets on. They weren't easy to put on, so what I did was I got a hammer, this lad here, and this lad here, and I just basically placed the grommet there. Got this because of its rubber and even spread of weight across the nut, or across the grommet, so it doesn't crack. And then I hammered that then with the mallet hammer, and that did the job. So that got that on, because they were pretty tough to get on. And now the next thing I do is put this on here and let you know how it goes.